Namo Dassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. So, I checked, read many books about the last Monday we talked about the what? Ahetuka to Ahetuka, and then Ahetuka to Ahetuka. Then there are how many? Mostly according to the Pali, according to the commentator mentioned, what? So on the page number 309, Ahetuka, 309, fifth paragraph. Ahetukampi, 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 Vipākuddhārakathā. So Ahetuka produce result. Piṭaka karma produce Ahetuka Vipāka, Ahetuka Vipāka, Ahetuka Vipāka. So altogether we have a 16. Okay. So also there is no differentiation. Between there is a Ogata or Omaka. But at the page number, on the page number 315, the last line or the last sentence of the second paragraph, they are mentioned. Ahetuka gamena padisandi Ahetuka hoti diwaro katito. So Ahetuka karma to Ahetuka Vipāka has been said. Yapana dena do Ahetuka padisandi hoti sa padijanawa hodawakata. So with this sentence, Ahetuka karma produce Ahetuka padisandi. So that is understandable. That's all. Padijanawa hodawakata. It is covered with the previous statement. So without explaining anything, that's why we take a what? Okay. There, according to the general statement, Ahetuka, whether it is Ogata or Omega, Ahetuka produce Ogata, Ahetuka produce Ahetuka Bodhisandi, and also during the Bhavati moment, there arise how many 16 Vipāka Cittas, as well as how the Ahetuka karma produce the Ahetuka Vipāka Bodhisandi, and then for him also there will be 16 like that we take. But so that is taking based on this general statement. But if we consider page number page number 307, the last paragraph, they are mentioned what? Eka in the second line, Ekaya Kusala Jidanaya, Solaza Vipāka Chitani Upajandi. According to Piṭaka Chula Nagatira. So according to this Banriva, so because of the Kusala, one Kusala Jitana, there will be 16 Vipāka Cittas. Itewa Pradasaka Magobi Ahetukakusalavipāko. Okay, where we yes.
It means 10 ba. That's how Vipāka Cittani.
Pardon?
Is it 10, no?
Where?
Is it the Piṭaka Maha?
Chulanaga.
Oh, Chula.
Piṭaka Chulanaga. The first line. They are mentioned because of the kusala, one kusala citta, there will be 16 vipaka citta arise. And also there will be 12 vipaka citta. And then 8 ahetuka vipaka. So that's also that's mentioned earlier. So and then so that make no difference. But when we reach about the yesterday on the page number 316, because of the Dueduka Vipaka, Dueduka Kamma, there is Ahetuka Padisandi. Okay, in that case, what happened is only what Ahetuka Padisandi, so that is Ubeka Sandirana. So in his Bhavati moment, there arise only what? 8 Ahetuka Vipaka. Okay. Atha Chaitani, Ahetukataka only mentioned. So if we sum up all the point that mentioned, so the agreement should be there, right? So Ahetukataka is already appear, maybe in the very beginning, now also repeated here. And then but for the for the Tihetuka Kamma, Dueduka Padisandi, and then in his existence. So how many Vipaka Citta? That is not rightly mentioned. It is understood like that they mention. So in that case, what we can make a conclusion is that we have to change a little bit. It means Tihetuka Kamma produce Tihetuka Padisandi, and then in his existence there is a 16 Vipaka Citta. So we can simplify it. Tihetuka Okata Padisandi Kamma produce Tihetuka Vipaka and Padisandi, and then in his Bhavati moment there arises 16 Vipaka Citta. And then for the Tihetuka Kamma, but it is an Omaka. In that case, Padisandi become a Dueduka Padisandi. Then during the Bhavati moment of that person, then we can reduce Pho-jnana Sampayutta, okay, Vipaka Citta. So in that case, there will be 12 only. Okay. And then it will be the same with the Dueduka Okata. So Dueduka Okata person, Dueduka Okata Kamma produce Dueduka Padisandi, and then in his Bhavati moment there also will arise only 12 Vipaka Citta, except the Pho-jnana Sampayutta. So and then Dueduka Omaka Kamma produce Ahetuka Padisandi, then in his existence there will be 8 Ahetuka Vipaka Citta. So that's sort of conclusion we can get. Okay.
Well, so then that is exactly the same as the Abhidhamma,
Sure.
right? But
Sure.
I mean, just before that sentence in the what is that, in the Aṭṭhakathā on page I don't know, but the sentence is the Yapanatena Juhe Tukapati Sandi Hotisa Patichanlawa Uttārgata. So that sentence messed up everything, right? Because at the time we thought that it would be also still 16, right? But then now we what we should think is that we should take the same as said in the Abhidhamma, right?
Yeah. Abhidhamma is a summary. It make it okay, because they are mentioned Samana Vada. Samana Vada is a convention. So most of the people, most of the teachers accepted that way.
Yeah.
In that case, because they are in this paragraph on the page number 316, in the middle, they are mentioned. Chattonambana dui duga kusala jitana, inyatara jawana sabri yosani, ahetuka jitan dararamana bawena padethati. So they are mentioned what? After the 4 dui duga kusala jawana, at the end of the 4 dui duga jawana, kusala jawana, then there arise ahetuka dararamana. It means Ubeka Sandirana arises. So regarding that one, Muladiga Sayadaw explained is also noteworthy. It reminds. So Muladiga, they are mentioned what? Because of this what? Ahetuka Padisandika Sadi Eduka Jawane Jawidi Padisandi Dayakina Kamena Ahetuka Sadaramana Nebadina Padisedida. So by seeing this one alone, so sometimes we may think, okay, at the end of that Ahetuka Padisandi, okay, the person who born with the Ahetuka Padisandi, with the Ubeka Sandidana, then in his existence there may arise the Ahetuka Jawana. At the end of the Ahetuka Jawana, there arise Ahetuka Dharamana. So it means that Ahetuka Dharamana, which is similar to Patisandi, can follow Ahetuka Jawana also. Not only Ahetuka Jawana. Okay. So that's why the commentator remind. So similarly, Ahetuka Patisandika sa Ahetuka Nandadam, Ahetuka Dhararamana, Abadi Saidan Dathapa. So that boy also. So Ahetuka Patisandi, a person born with the Ahetuka. And then in his existence, there arise Ahetuka Kusala Citta. So at the end of Ahetuka, there can arise Ahetuka Dharamana, which is similar to his Patisandi. So that one also possible to arise. Okay. Paribona Vipākasa, Parisandi Janaka Kamasa Wasena, Ayan Vipāka Vipāvana. Tasa Mukha Nidasana Madamewa. So what has been mentioned here in the commentary Atasalini is just Mukha Nidasana Mada. Just merely give a hint. Okay, merely give a hint. So because the commentator remind that and at the end of this paragraph, Muladiga remind that Naja dan edina thirina adasidan di kadawa tasa padisido kado body. So it should not be prevented. So because by saying this Aṭṭhakathā, Venerable Buddha Gosa didn't mention, that's why we should not take, we should not say like this. Commentator explain, because Muladiga explained that. And also he quote from the Patthana Pali, volume 3, paragraph number 98. They are mentioned. Saheduke Khandi Nejado Dokado Nadado Vipasati Kusala Kusale Nirodi Ahetuko Vipāko Dharamanada Upajati. So at the end of the Kusala Agusala Jawana, there arise Ahetuka Vipāka Dharamana. Okay, they are reference from the Patana Bali. And also, Kusala Kusali Nirodi Sahetuko Vipāko Dharamanada Upajati. So at the end of the Kusala and Akusala, Sahetuka Vipāka Dharamana also arise. So even after the Akusala Javana, there arises Sahetuka Dharamana. So with these quotations from the Patana, commentator explained that Ahetuka Javana. So if the person is Ahetuka Padisandi, then in his existence after the Tihetuka, there will arise Ahetuka Padisandi. So that one also we have to take note.
Yes, so now I remember one time I asked our rector Sayadaw about the like the rules or the procedure for the Tadaramana to arise. So which person have which Tadaramana and in what situation, what case, what kind of Tadaramana would arise. And I now remember Sayadaw said that, well, basically there is no rule because there's a lot of cases, many cases can happen.
Yeah. So as a Mula Bhavanga, so if we pay attention to the Padisandi, is mostly Mula Bhavanga take place. Okay, Mula Bhavanga take place. Mula Bhavanga is similar to the Dhararamana Jeta, which is similar to Padisandi. Similar to Padisandi. So here, according to this Patana, so we can see the Ahetuka Padisandi can happen. So, Ahetuka Dhararamana can arise. Even at the end of the Kusala and Akusala Javana. So become number one. Yes.
So here, in the Patana part there, so the Tadaramanata is which case here?
Tadaramanada Opajati.
Yeah.
To use Patana Bali volume 3.
Yeah, the quotation there.
Yeah. Volume 3.
Kusala kusale nirude ahetuko vipāko Tadaramanata upajati. So in there, Tadaramanata is which case here?
A case indeed.
Yeah. Vivadi.
Tadaramanada. Dharamanada is the Da is a state.
Yeah, it is a feminine gender.
Yeah, feminine
So
gender.
in that case, is a nominative case singular?
Yes. Nominative singular.
So the subject is Ahetuka Vipāka, right? The Ahetuka Vipāka arises.
S Dharamanā.
In the nominative case, do we have the translation of the S?
The Dharamanada. So suppose Dharamanada is S Dharamana. S Dharamana. So in that case, how can we say case ending? Dharamanada. Dharamanada.
But yeah, for my understanding, it should be nominative case singular, but we translate it as Dharamanada. I don't know. I say
Ahetuka Vipāko, Sahetuka Vipāko, Opajati, Dharamanada. What is that? Dharamanada, let me see. Where are you? Maybe if we are lucky, we can find something. Tadaramanada. What do you think?
Yeah, for my understanding, it's a nominative case because the feminine gender, the state, right? But if we translate it as Dhammasaṅgaṇī-aṭṭhakathā, but I think in that case, what we take that case is like either infant, ablative, something like that.
Right? The Vipāko.
Sure, here the subject is Ahetukakusalavipāko, right?
Ahetukakusalavipāko, and the it refer to the Dharamana. So Dharamana and Ahetukakusalavipāko are the same, referring to the same thing.
Okay, anyway, thank you, Sayadaw.
That's what I'm concerned, because this is the, if we take it as the bhava, then it's strange, because the state, well, I mean, Tadaramana is the Ahetukakusalavipāko. Those two are the same. So Ahetukakusalavipāko is not the state of Tadaramana. It is Tadaramana.
It is the Dharamana. Yeah. And then what is? So Da is a.
If we refer to that like a bhava, I mean the state of
well, I mean, so for example, like can we take it as the, just like in Devata, it doesn't have any meaning.
Devada. Devada.
Right, so yeah, because Sahetukakusalavipāko is the Dharamana. It's not the state of the Dharamana.
Not the state of the Dharamana.
So you want to take the Sakatha meaning?
Yes, that's what I think.
Right. Dharamana. I am looking for the translation of the Dharamana. Where can we get Kusaladika Panyawara? Kusaladika Panyawara. Dharamana. So because this and the Dharamana mostly appear in the Aramana Pajaya. Aramana Pajaya. And Dharamana Panyawara. Ratika Panyawara. See where it is. Ratika. Video Nitya. No, okay, interesting. Panyawara. Sometimes they don't give a translation. Then so how can we translate in that case? So the Dharamanada, Vipāko, the Dharamanada, Ahetuka Vipāko, the Dharamanada, Ahetuka Vipāko, the Dharamanada, Obajati.
How about Myanmar translation, Sayadaw?
Cannot locate.
The Muladiga translation, Sayadaw?
Have Muladiga translation have.
Dhammasaṅgaṇī-aṭṭhakathā.
Muladiga.
Yeah.
Muladika, Vadadika, with a neck and right? That is all Vibhanga. Dhammasaṅgaṇī-aṭṭhakathā, where are you? Make it back. Dhammo-desa. Lada. Vipākuddhārakathā. Okay, we are getting closer. Okay. Ahetukakusalavipāko, Dhammasaṅgaṇā-aṭṭhakathā, Vipākuddhārakathā. Okay. Vipākuddhārakathā, how many paragraphs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ahetukakusalavipāko. Where is the Ahetukakusalavipāko? So Dharamrada is Dharayogi Apshipship. Instrumental case. Dharamrada.
Yeah, it's something like instrument case. Yeah.
S a Dharamana. Right. So in English we say as a Dharamana.
Oh, so here basically Sayadaw, well, this is the Buddha. The word is the Buddha. So the Buddha kind of skipped the word wasena in there. Instead of saying wasena, the Buddha said ta.
Yes. Yes. Vadananyai ahidadayam pshibbo. So ta is yeah.
But then do we have the suffix ta in for the instrumental case?
How about if we take this as like they omit the ya suffix there, like Dada Daya.
Daya, it will be more complicated.
Well, but then if it's taya, then it also means the ta is the sakata. It equivalent to aramana.
Yes.
Sagata. It referring to the same thing. Straight of being. So Dharamrada, we can take note as it is. Ahetukakusalavipāko have been as a Dharamana. Arises as a Dharamana.
Okay, Sayadaw. The Papanja Bhagana Aṭṭhakathā mentioned that when they explain the Tattaramana Tadi is Tattaramana Ramana Daya. You see what I said?
Yeah. Dharamana Dadi, Dharamana Daya.
Yeah.
So
And the meaning is okay. Is Tang Kusanasa Javanasa Aramana Budang Vipasita Kusanang Aramanang Katawa Upajadi di Atho.
Tan Aramanang Katawa Upajadi. Taking this object, making it as object. Upajadi arises. Is it okay? Dharamana Da or Dharamana Daya. So if we make it, yeah. So because commentator want to Muladika, it is a Muladika, right?
This is Papanja.
Bhagarana
Panja Bhagarana Aṭṭhakathā.
Panja Bhagarana Aṭṭhakathā, yeah. Aṭṭhakathā is played the case ending. What it clearly explained the case ending.
Tattaramana Daya.
Yeah, it means the instrumental case ending. Whatever. If it is instrumental case ending for the feminine gender, right? Feminine gender.
Feminine or
feminine genders, yes.
Ganyaya, something like that.
Yeah, because for the feminine gender from instrumental case until the locative or yeah.
Yeah. So that one to commentator want to explain the with the taya, with the aya. So it refers to what? The vivadi sawamana, right? The explanation of the vivadi. So there's a vivadi, because we may confuse with the whether it is a nominative or what other, but that's why no, don't confuse it as a nominative case indeed, but it is a what instrument case indeed, because according to context, the other case indeeds are not possible. We cannot we will not be confused with the other case indeeds, like a locative case indeed. But one thing we can confuse is whether it is a nominative or instrumental case indeed. It serves as a adverb, right? Adverb. Vipāko, Ahetukakusalavipāko Upajati as the Dharamana. So it serves as a what? Adverb. So it connects with the verb. So its subject is Ahetukakusalavipāko. Okay. So shall we continue?
Yes, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
so, so we continue page number 316. What we have a study, and the second paragraph is about the what? Ahetukamajjata. Okay, Ahetukamajjata Ramana. So neutral object. But when we encounter with the Ahetukamana, when he passes in with the Ahetukapadisandi, in his existence, he encounter with the Ahetukamana, desirable object. In that case, it's Santirana, Indradhamana, both of them become Somanasa. So in Jada Ubeka Santirana, it will be Somanasa Santirana. Dharamana case also Somanasa Dharamana. Tesu Ekan Gihitawa, so among these two, so we Ekangahedwa, because it refers to only one thing, so we take only one. Ekangahedwa, having taken only one. Purimani Dini, previous three, and this one. Previous three is what? Jaguvinyana, Sampadejana, Ubekha Sandirana, and then plus Somanasa Sandirana. So Chadari Hondi altogether 4. Ewan Panjasu Dwari Sujadari Chadari Kadwa Egaya Jidanaya Kami Ayuhide Visati Vipaka Jidani Opachanti Virida Bali. So we should know there are 20 Vipaka Jidas because we have a five doors. So in each door, so based on the Eta object or Eta Majada object, so there arise 4 Vipaka Jeta. Then altogether 4 multiplied by 5, we have a 20 Vipaka Jeta. Ahetukakusalavipāko na bana. If you take only the new one, Chakudwari Chadari. So in the idol 4 Vipaka Jeta. And Soda Gana Jiva Kaya Vinyana Jitas, they altogether 4. 4 plus 4, we have 8. Atta Hondi. Idam, this is Ahetukakusalavipāko. What is it called? Ahetukakusalavipāko. Okay. So this nama is what? Name, what? It indicates the name. Ahetukakusalavipāko nama. It got so in English also what we call Ahetukakusalavipāko. Or what is it called? Ahetukakusalavipāko. Idam Manosa Lokina Gahida. This 8 is taking by means of the Manosa Loka, human world, human existence. But Chadusu Abayesu in the 4 woeful states, Pawadi Lavadi. So in the Pawadi moment, this Ahetuka, this Vipaka Jeta are available. But the Ahetuka, as you know, Padisandi for the Ahetuka Abyākatapadaṃ, 4 woeful states, is what? Agusalavipāko, Ubekha Sandirana. So that's why these Vipaka Jetas, Ahetukakusalavipāko are available for the Abyākatapadaṃ people, beings in the woeful states. So in their existence moment, Pawadi moment. So do elaborate. Yada ma mogalanda tiro nirayi paduma ma bitawa. Paduma ganikaya niseno nirayi ganan Dhammasaṅgaṇī kathedi. So as you know, Banu Mogalana, he is preeminent in terms of the power. So he visit to the Abhaya, Niraya, also he visit, and also he pay visit to the Deva war also. So when he pay visit to the woeful state, Abhaya, hell, Niraye Baduma Mabedwa, he create Baduma lotus. Maybe Baduma is what sort of lotus? It's a blue lotus or what kind of lotus?
What I remember is something like a red lotus.
Red lotus.
Yeah.
Baduma. Yeah, he create maybe huge lotus. Baduma Ganikaya. Yeah, and in the lotus, and the leaf of the lotus, on the lips of the lotus. Niseno having sitting. Nirayi ganan Dhammasaṅgaṇī kathedi. So he breathed the Dhamma to the hair beings. Tadha at that time, Te Santiram Pasandana. So those who see the Thera, Mahamoggalana Thera, for those who see Mahamoggalana Thera. Kusala Vipākaṃ Jagu Viññāna Upajjati. Very lucky for them. Kusala Vipāka Jagu Viññāna Citta arises. And then Saddhaṃ Sunandaṇaṃ Soda Viññāna. So when they listen the Dhamma talk, then that is the Kusala Vipāka Soda Viññāna. Then Chandana Vani in the cell forest. Sandana is a sandal in the sandal forest. The very fragrant wood, Chandagu, Chandana. Hiva Vihara Nisidedoa, having spent, having sat down, and for the daytime living. So Gadasa, after that he will go to hell, go to the hell, and then Chivara Ganda Kayana Kali. So by that time, they got the smell of the rope. So Ghana Viññāna. So Ghana Viññāna Citta arises. Then Niriya Gay Neighbor Bedo. So to quench hellfire. Venerable Mahamoggalana Thera, day one was a bedwa, having caused to rain. Paniya Dhana Kali. By the time he gave it drinking water. There arise to the heavy winds. At that time, or then there arise the Jima Viññāna, Kusala Vipāka Jima Viññāna Citta. Manda Wada Samotthapana Kali. Manda Wada means breeze. So breeze is what? Light, gentle wind. So it is interesting when I read what is a breeze. In the internet they explain that they went from 4 to 31 miles. So maybe around from the 31 miles away, 31 miles an hour. Okay. So the speed of the wind is 31 miles an hour. Or 5.0 kilometer. That's the wind that comes from that sort of speed. Come with that sort of speed is called breeze. Mandawada. Samotthapana Kali. So they arise when they touch with the breeze. At that time, the Kaya Viññāna Citta arises. Kusala A1. Jagu Viññāna Dini Panja. In this way, 5 Kusala Vipāka Panja Viññāna Cittas. Ekan Samadejana, 1 Samadejana, 2 Sandhirana, 2 Sandhirana, Somanasa and Ubekha Sandhirana. In this way, Ahetukakusalavipāko Labadi. So Ahetukakusalavipāko Cittas are available. Then Naga Subana Vimanika Beta Nambi Agusalena Padisandi Hodi. So Naga Serpent Subana. What is Subana? What is Subana?
Supana is like what we say that the bird, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that bird is very powerful.
Mythical bird. We haven't never seen such a bird. That's why they say mythical bird. Naga also serpent. But when I listen to the Radha Sayadawji's Dhamma talk, Sayadawji simplified, very much simplified. You see, Naga is not nothing but the cobra. Cobra is a god Naga in India. So he gave a reference to the Indian movie. There is a Nagi. Nagi is a very famous Indian movie. So there is a cobra. Cobra is a god Nagi. So Subhana also Sayadaw said, is it not the other, but it's an eagle. It's an eagle. But there are something some sort of naga in Subhana, which is a mythical, very rare to see. So they may have such sort of beings. Then Vimanika Beda, Vimanika Beda, Vimana. Vimanika is a Vimana Ika. So they have their own bedding, Vimana. Okay, their own place, Veda. So ghost, they have their own base, own bedding. For then also their Bodhisandi is Akusala Bodhisandi, Akusala Vipāka Ahetuka Bodhisandi. For what they Kusala Vipajati. So in their existing moment, they arise Kusala Vipāka Citta. Kusala Vipajati means Kusala Karma produce a result. Okay. It means Kusala Vipāka Citta arises. Tatha, similarly, Jagavadino, or the universal monarch, Mangala Hati Asadina, so royal elephant or royal horses, etc. They are all belong to animal. They also born with the Akusala Bodhisandi, but during their Bhavati moment, their Kusala Vipāka Citta arises. Ayandawa, firstly, this is Eta Majada Ramanesu Kusala Jawana Vasena Kathamago. Okay, so Kathamago. And so this is the talk about what? So because of the Eta pleasant and neutral objects, so they arise Kusala Jawana Jeta. So after the Kusala Jawana, by means of the Kusala Jawana, so commentator trying to explain how many Vipāka Citta arises.
So Sayadaw,
Mm.
may I have a question? So
Sure.
in the Deva world, do they have like the powerful like horse, or like a powerful horse, or something that when they go somewhere, they can take that chariot or something like that? Do they have that type?
So in our imagination, imagine not only imagination, but when in the Samyutta Nikaya, I think when the Buddha talk about the war between Deva and Asura, and then in that story, in that incident, there appear what they divine horses and divine horse are mentioned.
So they're divine horses. So they are but they reborn in the Sugati, right? But of course, if we compare with a human horse, they are like a Sugati, right?
Because if it is understandable or something like we have a horse, like a human being also they have a horse, and the Sugati, Kama Sugati plane, animals are there. So also in the Deva war, also they have a Sugati. Abode is a Sugati, but it shares with it. Because you see, they are they are other deities, right? Other deities. Dawarinsa, Jadumarajika, they are earth, they live on the earth, right? Other deities. So in their existence as animal as also there.
So they are the Bhuma Deva, but after the Bhuma Deva is only refers like a 3 deities and also the deity who lives in the cave. Or something like this.
Not only that, if we consider according to their God, the place they live. So among the 6 celestial abodes, the 2 lower celestial abodes are ardent deities. They live in the earth. They live on the earth. Their abodes are on the earth.
But what I remember one Sayadaw or someone said, in the Deva world there is no horse or no elephant like that. But when they need a horse, they need elephant. So the deities, they will change their form into like as a horse or elephant. So I'm consider if when they change their form into like an elephant or horses, at that moment there is like the Akusala arises.
Sure, Akusala is there. So let me reply in the Samyutta Nikaya. What is that? Vipākkuddhārakathā Asura, Vipākkuddhārakathā Asura Indo. Vipākkuddhārakathā Sagata Wagapana. So in one story, in one of the war between Asura and Deva, so Asura and Saka. Saka, one day he lost. His army ran away. Let me find it. Where it is? Maybe in the maybe if I found it out, that I will share with you that story. So one thing for sure is they are on the earth, earthen deities. They live on the earth. Then that's why, in my understanding, they may also have horses. Their horses are more powerful than our horses. Our horses, our elephant. So then next one is Akusala. Okay. Ahetukakusalavipāko pana Cittusu Somanasa Sagata Kusala Chitesu Javitesu Kusala Vipākaṃ Somanasa Sagata Ahetuka Cittaṃ Dadaramana 40. So now it is about the Akusala Javana. So Ahetukakusalavipāko, when a person encounter with the desirable object, then among the in his mind there arises 4 Somanasa Akusala Citta as a Javana. Kusala Vipākaṃ Dadaramana. Kusala Vipāka Somanasa Sagata Ahetuka Cittaṃ Dadaramana 40. So in that case, Somanasa Sandidana will arise as a Dadaramana. So when they encounter with the Ahetukamana, pleasant object. When they encounter with the Ahetukamana, neutral object, then Javana is for Ubekasagata Loba Mula Citta. So Loba Sambiyuddha, Cittusu Ubekasagata Loba Sambiyuddhesu So commentator specify with the loba. So unlike a previous sentence, in the previous sentence they have just mentioned somnasa sagata kusala chittesu. But here mentioned ubekha sagata loba sambiyudesu jawidesu. Because it can confuse with the if commentator say only ubekha sagata kusala chittesu, then we have a 6 ubekha sagata chitta in the akusala. So not to confuse with the 2 mohamula ubekha sagata chitta. So commentator put the word loba. Ubekha sagata loba sambiyudesu jawidesu. So after the jawana, ubekha sagata loba mula sambiyuta chitta. Kusala vipākaṃ ubekha sagata ahetuka chitta dharamana hoti. So dharamana ubekha sagata ahetuka kusala vipāka. That is ubekha santirana chitta arises. Kusala vipāka ubekha santirana. Yambana. But the one thing we have to remember is this is what NV. It is something like an NV. In English they write short note, right? NV, no dabeni or something like that. Yambana jawanena dhararamana niyamita bandi voda. So what has been said in the page number 309. So the word is jawanena dhararamana niyamita. So with the jawana, dharamana should be pissed. So that statement is said tan kusalan sandaya, referring to the kusala. That should be noted. Iti viridabam. So Dhammasaṅgaṇī sagata jawana nandaram tadaramana upajamana kain upajatiti. So okay. Somanasa, after the Somanasa Jawana, Somanasa Dharamana follows. Then after the Ubekha Jawana, Ubekha Dharamana follows. Then what about the after Dhammasaṅgaṇī Jawana? Which Dharamana have been? So here mentioned Akusala Vipāka Ahetuka Manoviññāna Dhatu Chitan Upajati. So it is Dhammasaṅgaṇī Jawana is followed by the Akusala Ubekha Santirana. Akusala Vipāka Ubekha Santirana Chitta. So as we have a study in the Abhidhamma Sangha as that Aganduka Bhavanga. Okay? Something like Aganduka Bhavanga. So then next paragraph.
So Sayadaw,
Yes.
but then in this case, the sub-commentator didn't mention anything about the aramana. So is it etaramana or etamijataramana for the case of Dhammasaṅgaṇī? Jawana.
Commentator, yeah, didn't mention, but about the commentator, what is that? Yambana Jonathan Kusala Vipāka. Let me say it. Not mention anything in the sub-commentary. Didn't mention anything. So Dhammasaṅgaṇī Jawana. Mostly in the maybe in the following pages it will follow. It will appear. Following paragraphs. So you see there, Idambana Jawana, Kusala Tayawa, Akusala Tayawa, Korniyami, who decide? So they Jawana have been Kusala or Akusala. Awajana Jiwa, what happened? So Awajana or what happened? Awajana and what happened? So it is a what? Manora Awajana. Awajanina he. Yoniso awadide wadavanena yoniso wawadhapide jawana agusala bhavisati di adhana midam. Then so if our awajana chitta is with the yoniso okay wisely, if we reflect wisely, then there is there arises agusala jawana. That is not the case. Adhana midam. So also awajanina ayoniso awadide wadavanina ayoniso wadhapide jawanam gusalam bhavisati divi adhana midam. So in the vice versa. So if awajana is ayoniso manasikara, then kusala will be jawana will be kusala. That's also not the case. Ubayena bana yoniso awadide Bhavatapide ja jawana kusala hodi ayoniso akusala. So Aramana is up to what? Up to the Aramana is okay for the up to the basin. Aramana maybe for those who are what? Who believe in another religion. So when they see the Buddha, like a deity, yes, when they see the Buddha, even though object is okay, but object is but they feel unhappy because ayoniso manasikara is there. So that's why they arise domanasa jawana. Okay. So then for those who after the domanasa jawana, there follows ubeka, akusala vipāka, ubeka, sandirana. In the Abhidhamma Sangha, they are mentioned for those who was born as in the with the somanasa, then when he encounter with such an object, then there arise the domanasa. So undesirable object also then because of unwise attention, there arise the domanasa. So then at the end of the jawana, there should be the dharamana. So that dharamana cannot be the same with the patisandhi somanasa, but it will be what? So ubekha, because cannot directly change from domanasa to somanasa. But for people, they when they get angry, sometimes they smile, angry and smile. So because of physical material is it takes time, but for the mind is very quick. So that's why it is very difficult to be combated for someone to arise somanasa dharamana mula bhavanga. So I think in this case, the object doesn't matter, but the matter is what? Our intention, manasikara, yoniso manasikara, and ayoniso manasikara. Okay.
So Sayadaw,
Yes.
so here in this paragraph, the commentator only mentioned two cases, right? So yoniso has to be Avatite, and no, I mean Avachananena yoniso avatite and Vuttapanena yoniso Vavatthapite at the same time. So we don't have the case where, for example, Avachanena hi yoniso avateti, but Vuttapanena ayoniso Vavatthapite. So they have to be both. The Avachana and Vuttapana have to be both yoniso, or both of them can be ayoniso, but we don't have the case where we have the difference between these two.
Both of them are the same. Avajana and Vattapana. Avajana jiva Vattapana ja. Okay.
Because if we think about that, then we should have 4 cases, not just 2.
Vattapana yoniso Vattapiti. So Avajana referred to in the thought process, Panchadora Vajana.
Yeah.
And all Manodara Vajana in the mind. Then they revert. Awadide means they the Bhavanga stream is there because when they encounter with the object, they how to say reverse the Bhavanga. Okay, that they call Awadide. Yoniso Awadide. Yoniso means wisely. So in the case of Avajana, it's starting from the Avajana. So Avajana wisely turn around Bhavanga. And also there arise the Jaku Vinyana Chitta, Sampadejana, Sandirana. After that, what happened Chitta? Okay. So in that case, what happened also? Yoniso what happened? It decide wisely. Then there arise Akusala Javana. So that is another case. There is so it means Avajana, we can simply say that Avajana is a main. Avajana, Manodara Vajana, and Panchadara Vajana. They in that case, when they encounter with the object, they advert the Bhavanga as well as they pave the way for the Jaku Vinyana Chitta to arise. So in that case, Kusala Vipāka Jaku Vinyana or Akusala Vipāka Jaku Vinyana.
So I mean here the commentator is very clever. He only mentioned 2 cases. So at the 2 moments, at the Avajana and Vuttapana. So he says is that if at those 2 moments we have yoniso, then
there will be
the Javana has to be kusala. If
sure.
at both 2 moments if we have ayoniso, then the Javana is going to be akusala. But he didn't say anything about, let's say at one moment is yoniso, the other moment is ayoniso, then what kind of Javana we have? He didn't say anything about that.
That is not possible.
But they are at 2 different moments, right? So, at the Panchadwara Vajana and at the Vuttapana.
Panchadwara Vajana, that there are, between this, there are many, maybe 3 or 4 consciousness are there.
Yeah.
Because it goes in a line, in a serial order. So there is no chance to change. No chance to change. So it is directed. The object is directed toward the mental stream in this way. So that's why the Yoniso Manasikara play the very important role in order to have a kusala or akusala, right? Manasikara. Yeah.
No, I mean, if that's the case, then, you know, we can mention just one, right? And then we say that because the VT runs very quick and very fast, so there is cannot have those two cases. But it's just because here he mentioned two different moments in the sentence. So for some other people, they might think that what about the other two cases?
What about the other do different conditions?
Yeah, two different scenarios. You know.
Avajana is a yoniso, what happened is a ayoniso. The commentator, the way is it also the way a commentator explained.
Yeah.
Atana Medan. Atana Medan, this is not the case. How to translate it? Atana Medan properly? When what appear in my mind is it is not the case.
Yeah.
Also, kind of, this is impossible.
Yeah. Really, how to translate Atana Medan? Because this what we can see again and again.
And we can just say this is impossible.
This is impossible. Atana. Atana. Yeah.
Because atthana has the meaning of the impossibility. So that's why it's better. This is impossible.
It's impossible. That's also okay. So, because we try to, English is another language, not our mother tongue. So, because what I say is that whatever appear in my mind is not the case. Like that. It's impossible. Yeah. It is impossible that. That's a good way also. Sometimes if we translate Bali sentences or Bali words into English, very headache to find the proper words.
But like what you said, it depends us. We want to have the faithful translation or just like a free translation, right?
Yeah, but it must be understandable. That is important. Understandable, so make it understandable.
Yeah, but then sometimes it's dangerous, you know, because we might lost in the translation. Because that's why I would prefer the grammatical translation.
Same here.
Grammatical translation. So in that case, grammatically, Atana Meda. Because we have a word, Atana Meda, Anawaka, so we have it to another way. Anawaka, so Ogasa, not Ogasa. Not the chance.
Basically, I think what it means is it doesn't have a place to stay. There is no place for it to exist. Yeah.
To make a meaning. Yeah. So, Ubayina Pana Yoniso Awadidi Wawotapidi Jawana Kusala Ioniso Akusalam Vigudidabam. So both of them Yoniso Awadidi Jawana Wawotapidi Jawana Kusala. So to become a Jawana Kusala Jawana is up to the Awajana. To our jana. So if they are yoniso, then there will be kusala javana. If it is ayoniso, it will be akusala javana. They're very powerful. Not created by God or any other. So you become a akusala or you become a kusala. No creator, but our jana. And what
So-
happened now?
Yeah, when you talk about this, I'm sorry, I couldn't finish my verse.
Huh?
I couldn't finish the gatha yet. You made the homework.
Yeah. That gatha will be very, very beautiful. It takes time. Right? Yeah. That, but I just want you to make a verse because the sense is okay. There is a no doer. So in the Visuddhimagga also we have Karakonati, Virakonati, something like that. But what I ask you is one, I also don't remember what is that.
But no, you just told us to write a gatha. So regarding like there's no creator or something in the world, something like that.
Yeah, so that point.
But
There
finally,
is-
we have to use the word Dhamma-niyama.
the meaning is that there is no Deva, no Brahma, who make the existence of a samsara. And also only the pure dhammas are happening because of the conditionality. Conditionality may hetu, pachaya, something like that.
But if it's not the case, so Sayadaw, you already composed but you composed in English.
I mean, is what I have a Bali sentence, Bali verse. That verse I have. So that's why I ask you maybe how much how close you can create a verse, how close to the original verse.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, very good to discuss about the Abhidhamma. So we will see you next week. Buddha Sasana Jiran Datadu, Buddha Sasana Jiran Datadu, Buddha Sasana Jiran Datadu, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much, Sayadaw.
Sayadaw.
Yes,
Take care, Sayadaw. Good night, Sayadaw.
good night.
Good night.
What? With the Mr. Ryan.